Hello everybody, welcome to the Cornell campus. I didn't note the temperature, but on my way here it was in the low 80s. And I expect it's probably somewhere around there. It is breezy / windy. There's some clouds in the sky, but a little bit of sun poking through here and there. I did see a hawk of one sort or another, well, a red-tailed hawk, in the air, but only very briefly. It was while I was setting up here in the car, and I don't know who it was. Just very quickly in the air, in and out of my view, and I don't know whom I had seen. But we're going to, as soon as I finish setting up, we're going to take a walk around and see if we can find our hawks. Welcome, welcome. And we'll see. I just want to make sure everything is up and running. Quiet, Ferris? I said quiet, Ferris. Okay, so I think we're live. All right, let me get a tripod and then we'll take a walk. We've had hot weather, but right now it's reasonably comfortable. Maybe the breeze is probably helping a bit. It could be we could have some gusty winds, so we'll see how things go. We're almost ready. When I saw the hawk I saw in the air, it seemed to be flying, from our perspective, behind Rice Hall. And I haven't heard anyone calling or anything like that. But then again, I've really just left my car. I haven't been walking around or anything, not yet. So who knows what could be going on. And the wind is likely to make it harder to hear if anyone is calling. Although usually they're loud enough if they're calling, but the wind may drown out, alert calls from other birds. That's a possibility too. And they definitely don't want anyone in there. That's really an inconvenience. This is a new tree here. Newly planted. I hear a house sparrow. Oh, hold on. Do I see somebody up on Bradfield? I think I do. I may be wrong. Something's up there. Hello. Hello, hello. Uh-oh, not for long. Maybe. Again, while I was in the cars setting things up, I did see somebody flying through the air. I have no idea who it was. Could have been this youngster, could have been an adult, I really don't know. I somehow suspect it was an adult, but I don't know. While we're looking there, I'm going to look around with binoculars a bit. At least checking out the areas I can see from here. Actually, I can't look at, believe it or not, I can't see much of the crane from here. I've got the trees pretty much blocking my view. And as I indicated, it's windy this evening, and I think it's going to stay that way, at least for a while. All right, let me make some adjustments. So I'm not sure which youngster this is. And I think we're going to continue walking towards Furno Hall, just in case somebody's up there or around there or something. So let's do that right now. Yeah, they've planted at least a couple of trees. That one I think is new there, and I think likely that one. And one over there. Oh, hold on a second. So as I said before, we're hearing a house sparrow. Checking the throne out, I don't see anybody up there. They're not making it easy to get around. I understand they want to do this construction, but all this fencing makes things difficult for us. Great. I think that was a gray catbird that just flew in there. Try to go through. I'm not going to go through just yet. Through all that and down the stairs and out the back. I am hearing a catbird, so I think probably the one I had seen. Look at these trees a bit. See if anything stands out. Nope. Okay, someone just flew that away. And I guessing, yeah, it was the one who was on Bradfield. And it seemed to have some urgency, so it must have seen something. And in the past I would have been able to walk right through, but now I can't. I could be wrong. Maybe there was no actual special urgency or anything, but it seemed like there was. See a hawk on Little Rice Hall. Look at that. It almost looks like an adult. I'm not saying it is, but it almost looks like one. Nope. Hello. So I'm hearing a gray catbird. I think I need to make an adjustment on my tripod. Okay, that's better, I think, I hope. And our hawk here is on Little Rice Hall, the small building that is in front of, or between Rice Hall and Bruckner. And there is fencing that surrounds this building, and yeah, I mean the building is, they're doing something in there too. They're using it as for construction purposes. They're using it as an office, according to the sign. I could walk further along, but I don't believe we'd keep our hawk in view. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Let's walk. I think I'm hearing some robins, and not in the immediate vicinity. But I think we might be able to get a good look at our hawk from here. 1 second. You know what? Let's get set up here. Okay, we're going to continue. I want to, I'd like to see what else is going on. I suspect there's activity nearby. was all quiet around that hawk we were just looking at. And I'm hearing a robin back here somewhere. And I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get there. I'm going to have to walk around. Hold on. I think I see activity. Not necessarily a hawk, but I saw some... Oh, wait a minute. Something just flew away. It might have been a mourning dove, and it might have been something else, but the vocalizations continue. So I suspect something's going on here. I hear a catbird, we hear robins, and I could squeeze through there, but I don't think I'm supposed to be back there. There's also a robin. Oh, there's also a robin singing. Let me back up. Maybe we'll get someone in view if there is someone here. I suspect somebody's here in the trees somewhere. And again, I could be wrong though. I'm not positive, but I'm fairly certain there is somebody here nearby. I just don't see it. Diminishing a little bit. And I don't know if we can get around the other way either, really. I'm seeing robins actually in the tree, so I suspect that I know which tree, or at least the tree that, if it is here, that it might be in. We might be able to get it in view if I can find whoever's here. I see somebody. Okay, hold on one second. Oh, maybe I don't. No, you know what? I don't. False alarm. False alarm, sorry. Well, the robins, one robin just flew by me. And now, things have diminished. Maybe I was looking in the wrong area entirely. I never looked back at at the backside of Bruckner. Maybe it was there all along or something. But it seemed like everything was centered around that area there. But things have quieted down. So either I'm guessing I missed something or something happened. Maybe someone was up here on Bruckner and I didn't realize. It's very possible. Especially considering the hawk that flew from Bradfield over to this area. And what I don't know is if the hawk that was on Bradfield was the one we saw on Little Rice Hall. But it's quieted right down here, so maybe whatever was causing the disturbance has moved on. I still hear the robins a bit. Alright, let's head back there. It's kind of starting up again, I think. I think I might hear a crow in the distance. Okay, I see the robin who's vocalizing, or likely vocalizing. Yeah, I mean, there's robin activity right in that tree. Just has me thinking that's where it must be going on with me, yeah. I can't tell if that other hawk is on, still on Little Rice Hall or not. I can't see it from here. I suspect somebody is here. But whoever may be here is not easy to find. Just look. Just can't see whoever might be here. Sometimes with these trees you have to be in just the right spot to see. And for all I know, it's not in. There might not be anybody in these trees. The sun is coming out a little bit, at least for the moment. There's also a black-capped chickadee who's vocalizing. So we've got at least 2 robins calling an alert. We've got 1 robin maybe a little farther away who's singing. And I just cannot find the cause of the disturbance. I better get back out here. Sorry, I can't find whomever. Robin just flew up to this tree. I still feel the activity centered on that tree. I just don't see it. Again, I could be wrong, but I strongly suspect something's there. Let me look with binoculars again. just don't see it. Alright, well, let's go back and see if our hawk is still on Little Rice Hall. Unless, one second here, unless there's something else going on entirely. Aha, something else entirely. Right on the building. Please, don't say anything. It's one of the young. Alright, we'll take a quick look here. So we are looking at Atkinson, the back of a different building right now. And I'm gonna let's just take a few looks, and we're not gonna stay here long for various reasons. 1 second here. Oh, I just felt a drop of rain. Didn't expect that. So we're hearing robins, a gray catbird. Sounds like a couple different gray catbirds now. I don't know if they're vocalizing because of the catbirds. I don't know if they're vocalizing because of our hawk here. Maybe they are, but maybe not. I suspect this is 01, but I'm not sure. I believe, if memory serves, 01 has the more defined stripes on the tail. And these seem more defined than the stripes we saw on our other juvenile earlier. And this one's head looks like 01's. Cute. Just hanging out on the building. So we've seen 01, we've seen 02. We have not, well, I don't know if I've seen the parents or not. I saw somebody in the air earlier, but I don't know who it may have been. Let's look a little bit more closely at some details, and then we're going to go and look around. Good to see 01. One more look at those tail feathers. It is getting a little dark. Okay, let's go back and head towards the rest of campus. Good to see. I have no idea whom I had seen earlier when I was still in the car and just trying to get everything set up. As I said earlier, it might have been an adult, it might have been one of the young. Okay, so other than like all that activity back there, it's been pretty peaceful here on the campus. Our hawk is no longer up there, or at least not in view from here. So while we're back here, I'm going to go right back around, just to look around. And obviously from here I can't see 01, who is likely still on the building. The building we weren't supposed to be looking at. Okay, I don't see anybody from here. Oh, you know what? 1 second. Let me just look up with binoculars. No. And, while we're here, Oh, somebody's on the top of the crane. Glad we looked. Who was that? Is that the Queen? It is. Hi, Big Red. Good to see you. Good to see you. I personally haven't seen her in a bit. You know, we were here on Saturday, we were here on Thursday, didn't see her either time. I don't recall if I saw her the Saturday before or not. I don't remember. But good to see Big Red right now. If anyone's tuning in and doesn't know what we're doing or where we are or whatever, we're on the Cornell University campus in Ithaca, New York, and we've been watching red-tailed hawks. The hawk we're looking at right now, we happen to know, is an adult female. And we were just looking moments ago at both of her young this year, in this year's brood, named 01 and 02. This is Big Red. We have not seen her mate, Arthur, today. And we're hearing robins right now who are reacting to the presence of 01. We cannot see 01 from here, though, because of where 01 is located. While it looks like she might be set to take off, and it is possible she will take off, I think a lot of her posturing right now is in reaction to the wind. It's not... I would say it's not terribly windy. It may be windier up there, but there are occasional gusts, and oh, there she goes, and she is out of my view. I can't see her right now. Let's wait and see if she comes back into view. While we're doing that, I'm going to adjust my tripod just a bit. No, she never came back into view. Okay, so we're going to, I think we'll head towards the road. Oh. Sometimes it's what you don't hear. Right now, the robins have, for the moment anyway, quieted right down. She took off for whatever reason. Now, I can't imagine that 01 reacted to her. 01 could not have seen her from where 01 at least was. But all of a sudden it's quieted down here. And I'm going to go take a look and see if 01 is still there. I suspect 01 is no longer there. Could be wrong. '01 is no longer there. Like I said, when you're looking for these hawks or you're looking for other birds, sometimes you have to realize what you're not hearing. And if you're, sometimes if you really just don't have the time to go to a particular location, or you can't go to it for some reason, you might be able to rely on other observations to tell you if something's going on. Maybe, maybe another bird will appear alert. Now, there's a robin up there on Bruckner, not calling. It seems a little bit agitated. I don't see anyone on Little Rice from here. Little Rice Hall, that is. So let's keep walking. We've seen 3 of the 4 tonight. Let's stay on this side. With all the construction that's going on, there's a lot more walking involved, or moving around involved, just because, some of the pathways we used to take, direct pathways, are no longer available. So right now I don't know where any of the hawks are. We'll check Bradfield while we're here. I don't see anybody on this side. And that's where we had the first hawk we saw together tonight was on Bradfield Hall. And then, oh, somebody in the air. I believe it's an adult, and now I think very quickly on to the crane. Let's see. I'll bet it's getting red again. Can't tell from here. Yeah, I think so. Just looks like her. Oh, maybe, I don't know. And I think that is Big Red. And I thought I just heard somebody, but I may be wrong. I'm not positive, but I'm fairly certain I'm hearing somebody. Let's move along. I'm not sure where from. I thought I heard someone calling. I could be wrong. It might have been something else I was... Oh, that's definite. I definitely heard somebody. I definitely heard somebody. Let's walk down here, because I suspect, well, we can't get through here because of the fences. Okay, I was wrong about that, or my hope was wrong. Well, let's look at Big Red from here. The angle's just slightly better, although not great. She's still looking away from us. I'll lighten it up a little bit. If you didn't know, Big Red happens to be banded. She's got a band you can see right on her right leg. And her mate, Arthur, does not have a band. It's not always easy to see the band, whether, even if you know that you're looking at Big Red, you can't always see the band. So you can't rely on that exclusively, but when you do see it, it's at least an indicator. Now, there's always the possibility another hawk will be in the vicinity with a band. We've seen that before, too. And her prior mate, her current mate is Arthur. Her prior mate, Ezra, he had a band on his left leg. I'm looking at the crane as best I can. Sometimes a hawk can be there and would be very difficult to see just because of all the various parts of the structure itself, and it can be easy to lose somebody in there. See anybody. I'm looking around just to see if we can find anybody else. I don't know if we could walk far enough to get her face in view. But we'll try. Let's walk a little bit. 1 second, make some adjustments here. I think the wind is making a big difference in terms of how comfortable it is. It's significantly more comfortable than it has been. Although right now, by the way, from here I cannot see her. And I'm now concerned that I won't be able to walk far enough to keep her in view. But you know what, that stairway, I bet that stairway's open. No, it's not. I'm not sure if I see her or not. No, from here I don't see her. Let me just check with binoculars. Oh, I might be able to see just a bit of her. Let's see if we can. I've got to make some adjustments. You know, that's just the top of her head, but not a good view, obviously. So we'll continue looking around. And while we're here, I want to look at something 1 second. You can come here imagining you know your way around the campus, but do you really know your way around the construction zone? I don't know. She's still up there. Hold on. It's quiet up here. I'm not hearing anybody, seeing anybody. I think what we'll do is we'll walk a ways. I suspect it won't be a fruitful walk, but we'll walk a ways and look at the other side of Bradfield. We might as well. Catbird. Big Red is still up there. Breeze feels good, actually. It's probably making things noisy for you. Sorry. If you're new to this, you may have noticed that, and if you've been watching either my stream or the stream of Carl and Cindy, or even the Nest Cam. Although I guess they stopped by the Nest the other night and stayed on the one stayed in the Nest Cup and the other stayed somewhere in the same tower, but not necessarily in the nest itself. But you've probably noticed they've expanded their range, the young, the 01 and 02. And that's, of course, to be expected. Not only expected, desirable. Oh, there's a robin here. Oh, there's a robin right here. And we'll look up that big red. It's a better view of her from here. It won't be great, but it'll be better. And we're hearing a great catbird. First of all, let's look at the robin. If we can. American robin. And now let's look up at big red. If we can. So we still haven't seen Arthur this evening. And from here, I can only see two of the Bradfield perches, and he's not on either one of them. Of course, you knew that because I would have told you. So we're going to continue the search. I'd love to see Arthur before the skies grow dark. And it is starting to get there. It's cloudy. And it is getting late. I hate to walk further along the sidewalk because the robin is still there. I don't want to bother the robin. Okay, let's continue. One more quick look at the robin, though. He's right nearby. Oh, maybe not for long. Well, just a walk. could do a lot of walking, maybe find Arthur somewhere, but I'm assuming he's somewhere in the vicinity. But I mean, for all I know, he's hunting on the other side of campus. I don't know. Yeah, we can walk here. And this is maybe a better view of Big Red, even though we're a little farther away. The angle's better. So let's take a look at her. We're not on level ground, but it's okay, we'll handle it. Oh, I hear somebody. Oh! Somebody just flew up there. I was not fat. Oh, there. And I need to make adjustments. 1 second. Sorry, I'm making... We're gonna walk a little ways. I don't know why I'm pointing to my right, as if you can see me. We're gonna walk over that way, just in case Arthur's come along and maybe we haven't seen him, and that's why this juvenile is calling. Just in case. I don't see anybody. I'm not even sure I can still see our juvenile. 1 second. Oh, I can see our juvenile. And I can see Big Red. And I hear a catbird. Let's first the juvenile. I cannot see all of the lighting towers from here. I can see, other than the nest tower and the adjacent tower, I can see one, one and a half of the lighting towers that are above the track. Now let's look up at Big Red. Isn't she beautiful? I am looking around just to see if I can find anybody else. And we can... Oh, wait a minute. Whoever the juvenile is no longer on that particular perch. I don't know where it went. I wasn't watching, and now it's gone. I hear someone calling. Oh, in the air. Shoot. Went into the building somewhere. I may hear a second one. I'm not sure. Hold on. I've got to look with binoculars. Oh, I see. Hold on. I see you. Or I saw you anyway. There you are. Hello. Looks like O2 if I'm not mistaken. That could be wrong. I'd say O2. Again, I could be wrong. Oh. Okay, I can't see now. Oh, in there. Don't know. Let's go back up to Big Red, and we'll stay here for the moment while I look around with binoculars. Nobody else in sight as far as I can tell. I wouldn't say it's really bad, but there's enough noise from the building, just, you know, the heating, ventilation, air conditioning system that from Weil Hall behind me. that it makes it harder to hear. I'm hearing a youngster call again. But I don't know. I mean, we're looking at Big Red right now, but I don't know where anybody else is. Not precisely, anyway. So again, we've seen Big Red, 01, and 02, but we have not yet seen Arthur tonight. And who knows, maybe we won't see Arthur tonight. Uh-oh. Okay, that's just someone applying to join the group. I'll look later. Unfortunately, there are a number of fake accounts on MeWe that ask to join all the time. I would note, though, for the people who actually want to be notified, who really care about the stream, MeWe is the way by which I send out a notification. I believe YouTube sends out notifications, but to be honest, I'm not sure exactly how that works or how well it works. I know I usually receive notifications once my stream goes live. I'm not sure how quickly I receive them after I go live, to be honest with you. But I use MeWe to send messages to people in the group that, when I expect to go live. And I believe it's a reliable way to do it. I'm not positive, but I think so. I do ask that anyone who receives that message, if I'm live already, don't comment, because then I think that there's a message coming through that I need to attend to. Lighten it up a bit. It is beginning to get dark. Not only is it getting later in the day, but the skies are cloudy. We're going to walk, I think, pretty soon, although wouldn't mind seeing what happens where Big Red ends up going. it's not that MeWe's not secure. Anyone can, you know, set up an account, and you can always have a fake account. I mean, that's unfortunate, but that's just how it works. The only way around that would be if the MeWe people were to somehow verify each and every person, and you know, it's kind of difficult to do. It could be done, but then you'd have far fewer people, and you know, if you're trying to get as many people as possible, you know. And in this day and age, I mean, what could you do? I mean, okay, I'll set up an email, you know, I'll make sure that they provide their email. Well, you can set up a fake email account anywhere, and you could have your MeWe account or any other account, Facebook account, YouTube account, whatever account, go to that email address. So it's very difficult to prevent you know, fake accounts from being created by people or bots or whatever. So what has been happening, especially lately, is I think what has happened is MeWe has been, you know, just sharing some of the posts that I have made or that Mary Monson has made, and you know, in the Ferris Tour group, and you know, maybe attention gets spread so that, you know, some real people find it of interest, but also the bots, fake accounts, whatever you want to call them, also take note, and then they send an application because they want to join, and I have to try to figure out if this account is real or not. And it's not always easy to determine. And, you know, there are a number of questions. Oh, I think she's going to leave, so let me get ready for it a little better. I think, you know, it's not always easy to determine if an account is real. And I do my best to do it, but easier said than done. And, you know, there are questions that are required for people to answer when they apply to join the group. And sometimes you can tell the people respond with answers that don't seem, that they're very incomplete or they're too complete. And you get this long storybook, and in a way that doesn't seem quite right. So like I said, I do my best. And, you know, there's only so much that someone who is admitted into the group, whether a real person or a bot, can do. But still, I'm hoping to, you know, keep the group limited just to... Oh, I missed her. She's going quickly to... She went very quickly to Bradfield, very directly. And I missed her. I'm sorry. All right, let's walk over that way. I cannot see her from here. I suspect she seemed to fly directly to one of the perches. No circling around, no nothing. Anyway, so I'm just hoping to keep the group limited to people who are genuinely interested. I'm not trying to, you know, keep anyone in particular out. I just want to keep interested people, you know. I want to keep it open for interested people, but for the people who are fake or just trying to join every group they can, whether they care about the group or not, I'm not, you know, looking to let them in. And again, there's only so much interaction, and I know the ability to post in the group is limited. Only a few people can do it. And it's by design, not because I'm trying to really be restrictive, but I don't want to have a lot of unrelated posts, in there. But overall, I think MeWe's been a very helpful tool. And when I think about it, I mean, I've been on MeWe since 2018, I believe. So it's worked. And, would it be nice to reach more people? Sure. I think sometimes the tour is forgotten. I mean, the Cornell Twitter feed for the red-tailed hawks, we never even mention. It's like we don't exist. I see somebody up there. I think I see Big Red up there. And we'll look from here. But I've been on MeWe since 2018, and the reason why I found MeWe in the first place is I was concerned about the lack of privacy on Facebook. And I had been on Facebook before, but it wasn't just bots or whatever on Facebook. It was Facebook itself. I was concerned about its lack of concern for a user's privacy. So that's Big Red up there. Hello. I'm going to lighten it up a bit. Oh, I hear somebody. Somebody's flying towards Bradfield. Is that Arthur? It is Arthur. Hello. Good to see you. And I am hearing a youngster call, but I am very happy that Arthur's up there. Let me brighten it up a bit. Welcome. Welcome, sir. So this is Arthur, everybody. If you didn't know, this is Big Red's mate. He is on, I guess, on the left, and Big Red is closer to, the wall there. Can't see her as well. I don't know where he was, but doesn't matter. Glad to see him. So we have seen everybody tonight. I was hoping we would see everybody. I don't know if he's going to stay there much longer. I could see him maybe moving to the next perch over, or maybe just flying elsewhere. But good to see him. And there is a young one in the area who was calling just moments ago. There's still some light in the sky. I believe the sun has set, but we'll continue looking at our hawks. But as I look to the west, there's some light in the sky. I am not sure where our young hawk is, the one who's calling. overall, though, I would say it's been a a quiet evening. We did have a lot of vocalizations at one point from because of 01 on Atkinson Hall. But other than that, the campus has been fairly quiet, I would say. Not a lot of flying around, not a lot of activity on anyone's part. A little bit of activity on the part of the O's. And now we're looking at Arthur on the left and Big Red on the right on Bradfield Hall. And I don't know if Arthur's going to stay there. I suspect that Big Red will stay there for the evening. I'm tempted to walk over to the Fernal Lawn, but this somehow just gives us a brighter look. We can see them a little bit better. Maybe I'll change our angle a little bit. I have a tree that's going to be in my way, so I don't know. I can only do so much. And I may just end the night early. It is a school night, as I often say. There's work tomorrow. I'm sure, the wind has picked up a bit, I'm sure that, what we see with these hawks is very similar to what other red-tailed hawks do, how they act, how they treat their young and take care of things. I get the sense with the hawks that live near me, my neighboring hawks, Betty and Barney, that they do the same sort of thing. I see, I can't follow them as well in many ways as we follow Big Red and Arthur for various reasons. I mean, here, on the campus, we have more access to the places they go, whereas for me, Betty and Barney, they are sometimes in wooded areas where there's no access, essentially, for me. But I get a sense of where they go, and I'm sure that, this is not unique to just these hawks I've just mentioned. So, maybe in that regard, they're not special. But they are special. They're our hawks. And we've been watching them for years, and we've been watching them together for years. And, that's like it or not, that's made them special, and it's made all of us special. And, we are fortunate to be able to watch them together year-round. And, I doubt, as I've mentioned in the past, I doubt there are too many other birds that are watched like these particular red-tailed hawks are watched by, by human beings. There are nest cams, for other species, other birds. There are also, feeder cams, etc. and that's fine. But our hawks, we watch year-round, all over the place, and we get to see the the entire life cycle. And sure, Cornell has, okay, this is as bright as it gets. Cornell, the Lab of Ornithology, does have other streaming cameras of its own, but, and I have to admit I don't really follow them, but I don't get the sense that any of them have this kind of following, and some following like we follow these hawks, some of the other species, the other birds, is impossible, just because of their nature, by where they go, etc. Okay, fine, I accept that. But our watching these hawks has been, it's been special. I can see him, Arthur, still maybe jumping over the next perch over. That could still happen. But I think everybody else is probably settled in. I haven't heard for at least a few minutes our juvenile who was calling. We'll look around a little bit, I think, right now, just to see if maybe someone's in an obvious spot. But I think everyone's already roosting. And I'll also give you just a look at the general area. Let me lower the brightness here. So, there's still some light in the sky. That's more like it. There's still some light in the sky. It's getting dark, and down here it's dark. But let's take a look. We'll say good night to Big Red and everything. And I'll probably close up for the night myself pretty soon. I love doing this, but it takes, it just takes a little time to get ready for it, and then when I return home to just deal with all the gear and everything. Now, I thought I was hearing somebody from somewhere in front of Furno. Could be wrong, but that's what it sounded like to me. This is why we stayed on the street. You can see how dark it is there, and somehow just the angles work better and the lighting works better. I can see them with binoculars. With the naked eye, I cannot see them. I'm tempted to try something I've been hoping to try, but I don't know if I'll do it. Well, I'm not going to be able to see up there, I don't think. trying to take photographs last night, essentially after dark. Well, it was after dark. And I was able to do it better than I had anticipated. And I'm going to try it now, but I'll warn you, we're going to lose sound. I don't even know if we'll stay connected, to be honest with you. So if we do lose connection, I'm saying good night from now. If we don't lose connection, well, then I'll see you in a minute or two. But I've got to prepare. Hold on one second. Okay, I might lose you. Can't even see. 1 second. I'm gonna do something with my camera, and things are gonna be a little different. 1 second. Well, everybody, I think we're going to call it a night. Time for me to pack up and head home. I hope you've enjoyed it, but we're out of light, we're out of time. And what I showed you just now was a photo I took with the camera, and I just, really slowed down the shutter speed so we could have as much light gathered as possible. Anyway, that's it for me, and we will see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.